Hey, God just said bye bye, Miss American Pie. We still want coffee cup slut for you if you're not sure of yourself. So that whole thing with Muhammad was actually a test for me, and that's what Spirit does. They do this sort of thing to make you learn about yourself, because you only learn through experience. You don't learn via a book, or even though a book helps, because we need a framework to be able to exist in. But the experience actually teaches you. And yes, I do get tricked along my pathway. That's how spirit work. They actually trick you a lot so that you learn through experience, because otherwise you're not getting the learning. And the Because that's how they work. Because you as a person, to be able to operate in the world, you have to have a frame of reference. Part of that frame of reference is that you operate under happens via, yes, a dictionary, the ABCD alphabet, but also experience. That the experience actually influences your perception about everything, because you only have your perception through life experience. That's how it's created. So that's how spirit actually work with people, to give them that perception, because that's how you then subsequently operate. And no one can teach you, no one can teach that to you but experience. So Coffee Cup Slut was there because I needed to learn for myself about what I wanted. Um, and you only know that, no one can teach it to you. That's why no one really has the answers but you. So um, that's what they keep saying. We're going to keep bringing back Coffee Cup Slut if you don't help people, basically. Um, so um, that's why I'm here doing this. Even though I I woke up this morning, and first your first instinct is always the one that you're meant to go with, and then every information platform after the first instinct. Um, I'd even go as far as calling it information portal, because it's not platform if it's not from other people anyway. It gets more subpar as you go down the line, because it's not helping people. The more you are distanced from humanity and other people, the more you don't help people. So that's what happens. I didn't listen to the first instinct, which was to have a coffee at home. Then it became order a coffee from McDonald's. This is what I get psychic intuition about. And then it became order a whole McDonald's meal, with a chicken burger, chicken nuggets, fries, all this sauce. And it was 30 something dollars, and I bought it because I do listen and do. But that was like the third or fourth thing from me just sitting in bed procrastinating. That wasn't the first instinct. So, but that's good, because if you're procrastinating and you're not getting up and going, that's a sign for you that you're not happy within. And that's because you've got blockages within yourself. Mine probably being my sexuality. That's the point where we're up to now. It actually blocks people. So if you're someone that is depressed and has a lot of mental health problems, that's probably why. There's things inside of you that are blocking you spiritually, and that's why you never go with your first instinct, because you don't have the self confidence. You don't have that get up and go energy, because you bog down with things. You bog down from child abuse. You bog down from your job that you're not fulfilled within. How did you get the job in the first place? That's a good question to ask yourself. Maybe you didn't have the self esteem to go for what you really wanted. Maybe you didn't have the self esteem to go for your passion. Maybe your parents taught you it's all about really hard grinding stone work. Maybe you were brought up in a culture where they taught you that, where you never went with your heart, because they taught you that you had to do this or do that to be able to survive. Um, Maybe it's all those belief systems that have influenced you, that's taken you basically out of the information platform and into a lower state of existence, where you listen to those uh, sixth, seventh, or eighth instincts up after the first instinct, which is what you wanted to be happy originally. You never had the confidence for that. That's what happens to people. It happens to a lot of people, and we don't really want that for the world. Um, we want to. I wouldn't even say strive to do better anymore. I would say just be happy and go with your heart intelligence, because the heart does have intelligence. Um, so For me to be able to develop empathy, I actually have to go with those fourth and fifth voices after the first voice to be able to develop that empathy. And then realize, actually wake up. We actually have to hit brick walls to wake up and have these realizations, these epiphanies. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They go so far down a negative line that they actually have to, for them to awaken and become consciously aware, they have to just go down these really hard roads to actually then crumble. And in the crumbling, they actually wake up and think, okay, it's hit me now. This is what I had all along. So, perseverance is the key word here. If you want to get spiritual, just always persevere, and you will eventually find your heart. Don't lose hope.